This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein has thy loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutation to the elect. The point in that verse, in verse 4 of Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, that I want to emphasize, where Yahawashi says, they will build, but I will throw down. And what I want to cover quickly is just how America's infrastructure is decaying. OK, and so every time Esau, the so-called white man, tries to restore a certain level of infrastructure, or whether it be his dams, whether it be his highways, any of the things that he tries to restore to a status of that will help society in itself continue to thrive economically, and transportation, and even energy and water, all of these things. When Esau, the so-called white man, builds, Yahawashi is throwing down. And throwing down meaning that Esau's empire, is crumbling right before his eyes. Or as the title of this article says, America's infrastructure is decaying. Here's a look at how terrible things have gotten. And I'm going to bring out a few scriptures as well. And like I had said, Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying for the elect. Let's just start here. It says an aerial view of the damaged Orville Dam spillway is shown. It says, it's a lot. Dams in the U.S. are aging. In fact, the average age of a U.S. dam is 56 years. So ultimately, all of these things are just going to be overtaken, man, and be completely decayed. I'm going to bypass a lot of this because it goes into Trump and whatever he's got going on. I'm just going to talk about the grades or the reports of each sector, of America's infrastructure and how it's decaying. It says the report breaks down the state of infrastructure in 16 different categories. Here's a look at each category's final grade according to the organization. Aviation, D, says airports and air traffic control systems are in serious need of an update, the report found. With some 2 million people per day coming through U.S. airports, congestion is become a major problem. In fact, the report estimates that 24 out of the top 30 airports in the U.S. could soon hit Thanksgiving peak traffic volume one day a week. So imagine the infrastructure of America, especially the aviation, is deteriorating. And so what they're forecasting is that the same traffic volume that happens for wicked ass Thanksgiving could happen every day here very soon, as far as just people traveling back and forth. But America's infrastructure doesn't have that capability to hold it. It says bridges, C+. U.S. bridges are aging. It says out of the 614,000 bridges in the U.S., more than 200,000 are more than 50 years old. The report estimates it would cost some $123 billion just to fix the bridges in the U.S. Okay, let me grab a quick scripture. Yeah, because scripture goes into that, man. 1044. Kal Halalyam La Yahawah. This is Isaiah 14, and we'll start at I'm going to start at 4. 144, Isaiah 14:4. It says, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased, because America was always luxurious. It was always up to par as far as their grading system. They had the smoothest roads. It had the best bridges, had the best dams, had the best transportation, and all of these things, had the best water quality. But then throughout the course of time, Yahawashi is bringing them low. Okay. The Lord is saying, I'm going to throw you down, bro. You're not going to sit as a queen forever. Verse 5. This is Isaiah 14:5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of the rulers. Okay. And part of that is starting with the decay of Esau's power. See, because when the decay of Esau's power continues, the more and more he doesn't have time, energy, and the resources necessary to actually keep his wicked queendom afloat. All right. So that's the Lord breaking the scepters of the rulers and the staff of the wicked, the power system, okay, of the sorcery, okay, of Babylon, aka America. Let's jump down here to verse 9, because that goes back into the point in which we were reading in the article. Let me get back to that real quick. It says, talking about the bridges, C+, U.S. bridges are aging. Out of the 614,000 bridges in the U.S., more than 200,000 are more than 50 years old. The report estimates that it would cost some $123 billion just to fix the bridges in the U.S. All right. Let's get the dams here too. It says dams, grade of D. According to the report, there are some 15,000 high hazardous dams in the U.S. in 2016. Okay, because Esau's infrastructure is decaying, man. And here's the verse that actually goes into that. Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Okay. So yeah, that hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at that coming. It's talking about the destruction of Esau's infrastructure, okay, of America. And this is the response in verse 10. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So really, that's the verse I was talking about, where it talks about the infrastructure of America being destroyed, and corrupted or decayed. And verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven? Okay, talking about the glory of America. O Lucifer, son of the morning, talking about Esau, the so-called white man, because he has the light of the wickedness, which has been able to uphold this society. That's why earlier in the verse, the Lord said he was going to break the staff of the rulers, the staff of the wicked. Verse 5, the Lord hath broke the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Okay, so yeah, hey, America is being thrown down by Yahawashi. Verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation? So America in itself weakened other nations, okay, through its vain philosophies, sorcery of Caesar Borgia, and, wicked democracy and weapons and wars and things of that sort. America weakened these other heathen nations. But Yahawashi said unto Edom, okay, they shall build, but I will throw down. Meaning they're going to keep going in this perpetual cycle of trying to keep this place afloat. But ultimately, Yahawashi is going to destroy this place. Drinking water. D. The pipes that carry America's drinking water are in critical need of attention. According to the report, many of the 1 million pipes have been in use for almost 100 years. That means that you're drinking rust and all types of toxins and metals that are not beneficial for your body. The aging system makes water breaks more prevalent, which means there are about 2 trillion gallons of treated water lost each year. Energy, D+. I don't even see how you can say D+, man. That's crazy. Power interruptions could become more common if more attention isn't given to the U.S. energy system, according to the report. The majority of the transmission and distribution lines were built in the mid-20th century and have a life expectancy of about 50 years, meaning that they are already outdated. Between 2016 to 2025, there is an investment gap of about $177 billion for infrastructure that supports electricity, like power plants and power lines. So yeah, hey, this is how the other nations are looking at America and saying, man, you know, have y'all become as weak as us? You know, like y'all put us in the state of being a third world country. But look at yourself now. You know, you're corrupting as well, which is beautiful. Hazardous waste. And there's only a little bit more of this article, and we're going to wrap up. It says hazardous waste, D+. Okay. Now, I used to work for the Department of Energy. So these containers you see right here are containing nuclear waste. Okay. Because they'll do testing of these nuclear weapons. And once they have that whatever that material is, it's a reaction. I don't want to say it's plutonium, but it's a certain substance in which clearly can decay, and once it decays, it gives off the ability to create toxins in your body to where you can have cancer. You know, that's why they have all of these systems created to prevent nuclear waste. So these containers, there's like 3 containers in there which hold all of this nuclear waste. But let's read the report. It says the report describes the U.S. infrastructure for hazardous waste as generally adequate. However, it states that more than half of the U.S. population lives within 3 miles of one of these waste sites. Inland waterways, D. Inland waterways help transport goods to different parts of the country. But the infrastructure that supports these waterways, like dams and locks, are getting old and causing delays. In fact, about 50% of vessels using these waterways experience delays, according to the report. Okay, let's bring this out real quick. See, because hey, America in itself, man, is licking up the dust. This is Jeremiah. I'm going to start at 6. It's Jeremiah 51:6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, aka America, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, you know. And ultimately, that's talking about the thermonuclear destruction of America. But slowly but surely, he's priming America, okay, for this destruction. All right. Taking away all of that luxurious ornaments and gold and, you know, that snout in the nose of a woman and, you know, that whore, that harlot. All of that's being taken away, you know, pursuant to Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So yeah, that's Yahawashi saying, I'm going to throw you down, bro. Don't even worry about it. Okay. All this decaying that you're seeing from all these waterways and infrastructure and energy systems. The reason why these grades are so low is because Babylon cannot be healed. She has a perpetual wound. Okay. And that wound is not going to be healed. Okay. Because ultimately it was prophesied as a part of the Lord's vengeance for America to be destroyed, and will be. It says levees, D. Levees play a critical role in protecting communities from floodwaters, but they aren't currently getting the attention they need. During the next 10 years, there is a need for $80 billion to improve these structures, according to the report. Parks and recreation, D plus. I mean, there's an average of probably like a D, as far as all of these grades in every arena. I think it's at either 12 or 16 areas in which they did these studies, man. And all of these grades are horrible. So Esau's continually building, but Yahawashi is continually throwing down. And it's beautiful. Parks and recreations, D plus. Says the infrastructure that supports local parks and national parks need improvement. Roads, bridges, park areas, trails, and campsites are just a few of the things that need repairs in our nation's parks. The National Park Service even estimates that it reached $12 billion in deferred maintenance costs in 2015, according to the report. So, I mean, just in doing a quick math, the estimate of all of these billions of dollars that are necessary to bring these areas, okay, up to par, it's almost over like $1 trillion, And America doesn't have $1 trillion. America's got like almost $30 trillion in debt, This is a quick article. It says U.S. national debt hits record $22 trillion. Okay, this is February 13th of 2019. Okay, it says the U.S. government's public debt is now more than $22 trillion, the highest it has ever been. The Treasury Department data comes as the tax revenue has fallen and federal spending continues to rise. The new debt level reflects a rise of more than $2 trillion from the day President Trump took office in 2017. Okay. So just going to show you, man, like, hey, this place is this place is on its way out, man. All right. And Kal Halalyam La Yahawah for it. Let me see how many I got left. Oh man, yeah. Well, yeah, it's only like 3 or 4. So you brothers stay patient, Baba Kushar. It says most overseas trading comes through U.S. ports, and while our ports have a higher grade than most other infrastructure categories, there's still room for improvement. It says, for an example, as ships get bigger, ports will need to make deeper navigation channels. Also, as congestion in ports increases, the freight networks that take shipments to and fro from ports need to be improved so that goods are transferred more efficiently with fewer days. So, yeah, the highways, the rails, all of this stuff. What I'm saying is ultimately all of these things are falling apart at the same time. OK, from the land to the sea. To any type of energy in which is necessary, the water grade, all of these things, man, the bridges, the highways. They got a B here. Rail, B. All right, well, we ain't gonna cover that. Let's go to D. It says roads. Roads, D. It says roads in the U.S. are in bad shape. About 32% of urban roads and 14% of rural roads are in poor condition. In fact, there's a $836 billion backlog of unmet capital needed to fix the highways and bridges in the U.S., according to a report by the U.S. Department of Transportation. That's why these other nations are saying, bro, have y'all become weak like us? Like you can't clean up your own place? Like you can't fix your own sink? The foundation of America is crumbling right before our eyes, man. Schools, D plus, it says, schools in the U.S. are not getting the funding they need to maintain public school buildings. About 24% of these buildings are in fair or poor condition, according to the report. Solid waste, okay? You got to get the trash out of here because that's what this society is built off of, consumption. It says, while municipal solid waste systems are mostly in fair condition, the ASCE recommends increased promotion of developing better systems for recycling. Transit, D minus. Public transit is being used more and more, but it remains severely underfunded. According to the report, it would cost about $90 billion to fix the backlog of transit system projects, and that cost is estimated to grow to $122 billion by 2032. All right, I think this is the last one. Yep, this is the last one. It says water waste or wastewater, D plus. Currently, there are about 15,000 wastewater treatment plants in the U.S., but it is estimated we will need 532 new systems by 2032, which means we need to be investing more in wastewater infrastructure now. The U.S. needs to invest about $271 billion in the U.S. wastewater infrastructure over the next 25 years, according to the report. So yeah, man, hey, Babylon itself, man, is decaying. It's falling. She's not going to be healed, okay? There's no way America's going to make a comeback, man, all right? I want to get one more verse here, and then we'll wrap up. This is Ezekiel 7, and let's see here. We'll jump at 8. This is Ezekiel 7 and 8. It says, "Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations." Yeah, man, because that's exactly what's coming here to Babylon, aka America. Yep. Verse 12, "The time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof." You know, hey, people are going to understand that Yahawashi is the one really making America decay, you know, and he's the one that's bringing America down. Verse 26, "Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of a prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients." Okay. And I believe when you get this word here, mischief, let's get into that real quick.
Strong's H, 1943. Hovah. Hovah.
It says ruin and disaster. Okay. And that's exactly what's happening to America, man. It's become ruined. Okay. Yep. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that real quick. You know, hey, Lord willing, you know, you brothers doing well, you know, in the spirit, man. Stay uplifted, man. You know, enjoy the journey in which Yahawashi has us on, you know, as far as towards deliverance and salvation. And I mean, we see clearly America is being destroyed, man. You know, we say it, but we actually see it through prophecy. So, you know, you brothers, like I said, man, stay pumped up in the spirit, man. Know that Yahawashi is never going to leave us nor forsake us, you know, yeah, man. Hey, the Lord is not, you know, forgetful, you know, to remember his promise, man. So, you know, there's a covenant between, you know, the hopeful elect and Yahawashi, man. And Yahawashi is about to, you know, make that covenant be fulfilled, man. So, you know, hey, through the spirit, man, you know, Lord willing, you brothers doing well. Once again, Kal Halalyam La Yahawah by Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles, great millstone, teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom. Let's get it.